Right now we're going to go over some of the basics of how to hold the stick properly, where you should hold the stick, and then where the ball should be in your stick, okay, and cradling. So I know this is very basic, but we just want to make sure that everybody's doing and teaching the right way to hold the stick and the cradle and all that. So right now, Allie's in what we call the triple threat position. Her back arm is high, and her right arm, she has it in her right hand, is making an L. Okay, that position is vital because a lot of times girls will have their stick down here, okay, and their hands are in close to their body, which is the biggest no-no and the biggest thing we see at club and high school and middle school players. So what you want to do is have your hands away from your body, not crazy far, but right about right here, and again, make the L, okay? And then you can see her hand is not halfway up her shaft, okay? It's pretty much like 3/4 up, all right? And her grip is, it's just like golf. One of the most important things about playing and having a good cradle is having a good grip. A lot of times girls will grip the stick like this. That is not correct. You will be very limited on what you can do, and it doesn't feel good, right? So her grip, all right, you can see her palm is showing. So when she does cradle, okay, and then her fingers are kind of at a diagonal. So when she goes to cradle, okay, she can roll the stick, okay, and it's very fluid, okay? And you can see as she's cradling, okay, keep cradling, all right, it's very short, very small, very, it's like a half moon, okay, or like a quarter moon. A lot of time girls will over cradle, okay? That's just too much, too big. You don't need that. Why we cradle is to keep the ball in her shooting string, right underneath of her shooting string. A lot of players play with the ball back down here. That's not where we want it. So to get it there, she's gonna cradle, and when she goes to pass, she cradles, and it comes off of that shooting string, and it makes her be have consistent passes and be a consistent player, okay? Now, her bottom hand, you can see her bottom hand isn't like a fist either. It's loose, it's in her hand, her palm is showing, okay? It's not a full like grip like this, and it's not like she's squeezing, all right? It's really loose, but not too loose, right? So when she's cradling, okay, she can use both hands, all right? And she's rolling the stick, all right? And then when she switches to her left hand, the biggest thing that we see is when girls switch to their left hand, they have a tendency to put their hand up higher on the shaft, okay? That is the biggest thing that we try to fix here at F&M, with hopefully the true players, is that whatever you do righty, you need to do lefty, or dominant versus non-dominant. And it starts with hand placement. So a tip that we do, Allie's a senior, so she's very good and knows where her hand should be, but a lot of my younger players and like early players here at F&M will put tape right here. So when she's cradling righty, it's on her tape, and when she switches hands, some part of her hand needs to be touching the tape. Same grip, same hand position, same grip with her left hand. A lot of times girls will tend to grip it like this and then keep the stick close to their body because it feels good, again, or they feel safe with it. But again, if you want to be a good lacrosse player, all right, you have to do, and it has to feel the same dominant to non-dominant, okay? And then when she cradles, and it's the same cradle, okay? It's very limited. It's just a nice little quarter moon, rocking back and forth, okay? And this is a skill that takes a lot of practice, okay? How long have you been playing?
Since in like 5th or 4th grade.
So yeah, so she's been playing a long time, okay? And she was an All-American last year. So again, very good player. She makes it look easy, but this takes a lot of practice, okay? So to keep the ball in her stick okay? That's what she wants to do as she's cradling, okay? And then another thing is you always want to practice like there's a defender on you. So when she's here, okay, she's cradling shoulder, shoulder, ball, and then if she were to switch to her right hand, that way, okay, now she's gonna cradle and she's keeping the same grip, okay? If I go to check, I can't check it, okay? And then when she switches back to her left, okay, she's protected by her shoulder, shoulder, and then ball. So if she's cradling back here, I can check it. And if she's cradling back here in front of her, I can check it. So always wanna be shoulder, shoulder, ball, okay? And that's basically, you know, what we try to teach here, and what you guys should be teaching at home is proper grip, proper hand placement, and where the ball should be in your stick at all times.
Good.
All right, so now we're partner passing, okay? And when we're partner passing, okay, I'm throwing lefty, she's throwing righty. Okay, you can just focus on Al. So what we want to do is make sure when we're partner passing that we are not square like this to our partner, and we're not passing like this, okay? We never want to pass like this because that's not how we're going to pass in a game. We're going to be, again, defender right here, shoulder, shoulder, ball, triple threat position in the L, all right? A quick little cradle at the top to get that ball where we want it, and then we're gonna throw over the top, just like a pitcher. So if I was pitching in a baseball game, I would pitch like this, okay? As I transfer my weight, my hand stays here, okay? And my stick just replaces my hand, and I throw over the top, okay? A lot of times, girls will throw like this, okay? And they're throwing out of a V formation instead of an L, okay? As I transfer my weight from my back foot to my front, my hand stays frozen, we call it, all right? And then I can throw over the top, just like a pitcher, and then follow through, okay? The biggest thing we see is girls throw like this. It gets there, but it's not correct, all right? That's not how you wanna throw. You want to make sure your hands are, again, away. And watch Al, she's doing one quick cradle and then a throw. You can see transferring her weight. And then what we say is we want to try to hit my partner right in the stick, okay? This is practicing her accuracy, and that's what the wall is for and partner pass is for, all right? So if I throw it over here a little bit and she has to reach for it, that's not a good throw. I want to make sure I'm hitting her right in the stick every time to be as consistent with my release as I can. Okay. All right, now ground balls is very important, especially at the younger age. You want to make sure the first things first is your hand placement for the ground ball. There's two things that are really important about being a good ground ball person, and Allie's one of the best I've ever coached, is that you have to call the ball, and so that tells your teammates that she's gonna get it and they can break out and get up the field or get towards the goal to create an odd man situation, all right? Second thing is where her hand is. If her hand is in the middle of her stick and she's going for this ground ball and I'm a defender and she picks it up, I can check it and then I can get it, okay? So what she wants to do is she wants to have her top hand, all right, at the top of her, at the throat of her stick, all right, right near the head. And when she comes through, she's gonna bend over, all right? Her head is right over the ball. Now I can't check it. And then she's gonna come up cradling, not illegally, but just a tight cradle, all right, and run out of traffic, all right? So again, when she goes to get this ground ball, her hand is right at the top. I can't check it, and then she runs through. Everything is good. Almost impossible to check. If I do check, it's probably gonna be a card or a foul, okay? So again, call the ball. I got ball. That tells your teammates to break out. Other coaching point is make sure their hand is at the top of their stick. Okay, checking. all right, for the defenders, middies, and attackers, right? Everybody rides, everybody's looking to try to get the ball back. The biggest mistake we see is if Allie has the ball and I'm trying to redefend, or if I'm just playing on her, I go like this, all right, and I hold my stick there. Okay, that is a hold. That's not going to be good. All right, what we want to do is when we're playing, we want to check and come back as quick as that. Okay, so the biggest thing is people forget to use their bottom hand. So my first check was this. Okay, my second check is going to be here and back. So I use my front, my top hand, which is I'm in my left hand. Okay, so if I'm right-handed and I check, all right, it's going to be snap and pull back. All right, so I snap with my top and then I pull my bottom hand back. All right, so again, that will avoid the hold. So it's very quick, and you can practice this by 2 ways. Okay, so Al's going to put her hands out, or one hand out and a stick out. Okay, we'll get a little closer together. That's it. All right, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a series of M's first, then W's, and then figure 8. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be in a good defensive stance. Okay, I can even do like fast feet, and then I'm going to do an M. But look at my bottom hand. All right, I'm constantly, it's not this, okay, because I'm not using my bottom hand. The difference of that, and it's huge. Now then I go my W's, okay, and again, I'm using both hands, and then my figure 8s, sorry, all right, sorry, all right, and again, this is great practice to work your bottom hand into your checking, not just snap and let it be there, snap and come back. Okay. Okay, the next, proper shooting form. Okay, this is a very simple drill that the directors can do. We call it the spider drill. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to toss balls high. All right, again, I want Allie's hands to be away from her body when she shoots. Do it incorrectly. I don't want to throw them and then her shoot like this. Okay, and you can see she didn't use her bottom hand and her hands are too close together. Do another bad one. Okay, we see so much of that. What we want to do is we want to throw the ball up high so she reaches, one cradle, and then snap. Okay, so you can see her top hand coming over the top. She's transferring her weight with a big step. Gotcha. Okay, a couple more. You can see she's using her lower body. Okay, she's transferring her weight. So when she goes to shoot, she's transferring from when she's cradling, all of her weight, 90% is on her right leg, and then as she's shooting, she goes through, and then all of her weight is going to be on her left foot. Okay, so the next progression is for her to come back to that top cone. So now we're working on like a step down shot, okay, or an 8-meter crank shot. Okay, and you can see how high her hands are to get over the top. Okay, she's going back, ripping through, getting that tight little cradle at the top to make sure the ball is in her shooter, and then she's coming through. Okay, so now she's going to end up cutting from that cone, and I'll hit her. So now we're going to put all of it together. Okay, so when she's cutting to me, I'm going to hit her. She's going to run through that opening and then shoot it. Okay, so we went from standing to now we're cutting. Okay, and you can see as when she's coming through, just hold right now. So right now you can see she's not square to the goal like this, because if she was, she would miss to the left. Okay, she wants to have her body, okay, like her it's gonna look just like she was doing it before when she was standing still. Her left shoulder is pointing almost in the goal. Then when she goes and shoots it, it ends up being almost in the goal, okay? But if her shoulder was pointing to the left, she would definitely miss to the left, okay? So as she's cutting, watch her technique. You can read what she says on her shirt, and then you can see her following through to the goal. Hands are high, and then she comes through and uses both hands. Okay, all right, so now wall ball. So when we come to the wall, this is where you can get a lot better very, very quickly, as long as you're doing it properly. So if you're at the wall by yourself, or if you have your mom, brother, sister, whatever, maybe they can film you from different angles so you can see that you're doing it correctly. So this is going to be just like a partner pass. She is shoulder ball. So again, if I was defending her, okay, I can't check her stick. It's not out here, it's not back here, okay? This is where she wants to be super consistent with her hand placement, with her release, and then that's when you want to come to the wall and pick out. If we're looking at a brick wall, this is a little inconsistent of a wall, it has different cracks in it, but you want to come up and try to narrowly focus on 4 to 5 bricks. If it's a cinder block wall, you want to look at 1 cinder block and hit that cinder block every single time, all right? If you don't hit that cinder block, you know you did something incorrect. So what she wants to do is she's going to add a little step. So she's going to step, 1 cradle, throw, and you can see she's transferring her weight from her right foot to her left. She's getting that cradle at the top of her throw. That freezes her hands. Okay, so when she's throwing, it's very consistent. Okay, so again, 1 quick cradle, and she's throwing and catching, hitting the same spot every single time. Okay, now when she goes to her left, everything stays the same. She's going to transfer her weight. That's all right, cracking the wall. So her hands are up. She's hitting the same spot. And she's making sure she gets that top cradle. So when she transfers, the ball is in her shooter. And you can see it's very consistent. She's hitting the same brick every single time. Okay? All right, I'm gonna go back to right hand. All right, so one of the things that we've done here is to work on a 4-step routine. Okay, and we'll just quickly review it. Okay, number 1 is going to be a roll out to the outside, away from her face. So she's going to roll it in her hand, a quick cradle, and a throw. So she's going to do it again. 1 quick cradle and a throw. Okay, you can see it's not doing it incorrectly, like a spin. That's not what we want. We want her to control the roll. Okay, and then a quick cradle and a throw. All right, good catch. All right, number 2 is going to be toward her face. So again, she's not spinning the stick. All right, she's rolling it. Okay, and it's going towards her. Quick cradle and a throw. Okay, good. Number 2, and then what we can do is do 1, then 2, and a cradle and a throw. 1, 2, cradle, throw. All right, so again, you won't be able to do this if you don't have the proper grip. So you can see her grip, her hands, where they are. Okay, everything is perfect when she does it, number 1. And then number 2, you can see she's controlling the stick. This takes a lot of practice. You guys can practice this in your living room, just going through 1 through 4, maybe with a tennis ball so you don't break anything. But you want to make sure that you practice this to get it into a rhythm, and it really helps your non-dominant as well. Number 3 is going to be in front and then over to the side. Okay, so then she's going to step and throw. So 3, and you can see her hands are away from her body, so she's going to do 3, and then everything is a step to the wall. So it's and then a step, her hands are away from her body. Okay, and then now number 4 is going to be a 3 with a fade. And you can see her hands again. The theme is to keep them away from your body. So now once we do all 4, then we're going to do a combo. She's going to do 1, 2, 3, then 4, and then a throw.